Today is May 8th, 2025, and you are watching RK Ultra. Today we're going to talk about a few various subjects. First, we're going to update you on the Diddy trial. Then we're going to talk about some lab-grown meat. Disgusting. Ooh. Then we got dark oxygen on the Hacienda. Never heard of it. Probably a reason why. And we might get into some other stuff, too. Today in studio, I have Tony. Hi, Tony. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Mr. Tyler Taldy. How you doing, buddy?
Amazing.
A man of many names.
Many
Professional.
Names. Professional.
Lab meat.
Professional
His
lab
professional lab meat was his name in prison.
Tyler Professional Lab Meat Taldy.
Call him. It's his restaurant name. So, all right, I guess we're going to get started on the Diddy story. I'll go first. The Diddy trial started yesterday, May 5th. The jury was selected. That's really the only thing that happened. But while they were selecting the jury, some names got shot out because they're starting to ask these people, oh, God, what do you know? What do you know about Michael B. Jordan or Kid Cudi or Cassie Ventura, Michelle Williams, Mike Myers, Dallas Austin, Lauren London, Don Richard. So now we're starting to hear names of celebrities that may be implicated in the trial because they're asking the jury like what they know and to see if they have any bias on any of these people, which it'd be hard not to because there's a lot of Mike Myers.
Big
is,
names.
Like we were saying that
crazy.
in the Austin Powers movie where it drops down and it has Diddy on his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
made some weird jokes about Diddy.
What was that, Austin Powers
That was
3?
the third one, yeah. That was
Yeah,
Gold
that's
Member.
crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and it's funny to see his name appear on that list now. So.
Yeah, there's like a scene where Austin Powers is like running after Dr. Evil, and Dr. Evil's running up a ladder, and he like grabs him and then falls, and then like on his ass is like a Diddy symbol.
It's a heart. It's a heart that
Oh,
says Diddy, like with an arrow through it. Like, I'm Diddy's bitch, kind of. It's, yeah.
That's crazy.
On Dr. Evil's ass. So, like, it's kind of like a meta inside Diddy freak-off joke that you really wouldn't get unless you knew about Diddy. Like, like all kinds of shit. But, yeah, so that's what's in the news today. But also there's an old story.
Do you really think that the jury that they're selecting, like, do you think it is random? Do you think that, or do you think they're stacking the jury? Like, do you think?
No, I don't think they're. I mean, maybe.
Oh,
I don't, but
each lawyer's job is to pick a jury that's right for either.
the lawyer doesn't pick the jury.
Well, yeah, don't they go through a fucking?
I mean, they go through a whole system.
They're
but I
trying
don't
to
think it's
pick
the
a
lawyer.
jury that's favorable
Yeah,
towards
they're
whatever side
unbiased,
you're going.
but it's kind of hard because these are like hard.
Well,
everyone
this is
knows
a
it's-
high-stake
yeah,
trial.
Isn't it kind of like a random thing too, or not at that level?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's completely random.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like jury duty. You could end up just being called to that case. I'm pretty sure. Right?
But this is like
Yeah.
a really high fucking profile case.
Exactly. So it's like is it really random? Are they like who is getting the mail that tells them that they have jury duty on the Diddy case? Like I don't know. I don't
Who
know.
controls that? How
I'm just curious how that's gonna work.
That is a very good question. How do we know that that's really randomized? Like we don't. Like they could be. It could be paid people. You're going to receive this. This is how you're going to vote.
Unless I've missed it, I've never been called to jury duty. Maybe they just don't trust me.
I have. It was bullshit. I sat there for hours just not to get fucking picked.
I feel like I would know by now if I missed it, right? Like,
They were like, "Oh, he's illiterate." Oh yeah, you know.
Oh, dude, they went to 47 crackheads and then just were like, all right, we're not accepting anybody else. Fuck yeah, thank God.
Oh god, yeah. No, I got out of it once because I had a college student excuse or something. But yeah,
I got out of it once because I was the dude on trial.
yeah. It's like, hey, I was supposed to be here anyway. So Anyway, so there's an old story in May of 2018. A guy named Jonathan Oddi, Oddi, 42-year-old dude. He was a porn star, and he went into a Trump National Doral Golf Club in Miami, and he shot the place up. Let's see. He fired shots into the ceiling, and maybe he didn't kill anyone, but he was arrested. And during his interview tapes, he said he was a Diddy sex slave. And
so he went to a Trump golf club, shot a gun into the roof and said he was a Diddy sex slave.
Yeah, but also he said he had sex with Cassie Ventura, Diddy's wife, because Diddy liked to be a cuck. And he said he consumed some liquid cocaine, and he also implicated.
What, they make that?
I guess.
I thought that was just like a
Energy drink, yeah. But also he talked. He implicated Rick Ross and DJ Khaled. As
Khaled.
Well. Khaled. God, I don't know, man.
What the fuck are you saying?
DJ Khaled.
He said that they were secretly gay, and also in this Illuminati. He even says Illuminati, drug smuggling. So anyway, this is a very famous video, like of him talking about this, and at the time everyone was like, "Oh, he's fucking crazy." And then Diddy gets arrested. It looks less crazy, but apparently they found an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement that he signed with Diddy.
What was it?
What do you mean? There's no more information. Wait, hold on. Here it is. Wait. Confirm.
He's not allowed to talk about something.
Yeah,
so
an NDA means that that you're not allowed to talk about. It's an agreement that you'll never talk about something, or they can sue
But
you.
he obviously had contact with Diddy.
So yeah, if that doesn't prove everything that he's saying is true, but it proves that much at least that he that he did have contact with Diddy.
Yeah,
So
that's
what? It says that he
crazy.
was reportedly paid $5 million to remain silent.
Oh,
Well,
I
Yeah,
would.
that's Cucking your wife.
Is that? Yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
you're telling me the deal was show up, I give you a bunch of drugs, you rail my wife, I cuck it out, $5 million, don't talk.
Well, who knows? It
Sounds like it was a little bit deeper than that.
No. He claimed that he was a sex slave.
Yeah.
Like he was there for a while, and somewhere he claimed that worked out his body more than what was going on in his brain. I guess he just couldn't really take what he saw there, and that's why he went into a Trump thing and shot it up. He just
Damn,
needed
yeah.
to say
Sign
something
up
about
for the
this.
Justin Bieber package.
Oh, there's a whole nother video of another sex trafficking victim that claims that she was sex trafficked through tunnels, and that she saw people like Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they were having like blood orgies and crazy shit.
That's really interesting because I heard a while ago that there are tunnels like all under LA, and like there's even a Starbucks in these tunnels, like that the super rich and like all the mega influential people use to like bypass the traffic. But there's like a worker that worked in one of these Starbucks, and he's like, he or she, I can't remember, was like, Jay-Z rolled up, and you'd give him a coffee, and he'd be like, all right, goodbye.
Wait,
I don't know if it was Jay-Z exactly, but
No,
the
it's a real
Starbucks. The Starbucks is underground. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, it's like a whole coffee shop. I watched a short on it, so I don't know too much. But
it could be fake.
Now,
But I mean, I'd believe it. Like,
this could be unrelated, but there was also news recently that a high-level Bush administration person came out recently and said that there's actually like a small $22 trillion city built online for underground for it's like a doomsday bunker for the ultra rich.
It's already built.
I saw an article. On
Supposedly.
Wait, what?
Supposedly. And you see, the thing is, the government definitely has huge underground bunkers and lairs. We know that there's places where Congress and senators go for in case of like nuke scares and stuff like that. These things definitely do exist.
It's crazy.
For sure, but like a $22 trillion, like how long
like
were they
Fallout.
building it? Like how many? Did these contractors know what they were building? Like it sounds far fetched, but like at this point,
what does this have to do with Diddy?
I don't know how.
Dude.
But yeah, ultra rich Illuminati, crazy.
Diddy's-
I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
tunnels under the yes, illegal activity.
Yeah, but yeah, this is basically. I'm wondering if they're feeding us Diddy because this is like the Epstein of celebrities because he filmed everything too. So
You think he's just gonna get fucking hang himself in prison?
no, I don't. I don't at all. I think this trial's going to go through. Horrible, horrible things are going to come out.
Yeah.
People are going to be arrested, and they're going to try to make you forget about Epstein. That's
How
That's
high
what
up
I-
do you think Diddy was in this, though? You know what I mean?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he.
Was
I mean,
Diddy just a lower totem pole guy that's just gonna get?
I think it was, in my opinion, it was to control that community. It was to control the celebrities. You know?
I think I heard it described as there are like sections of the Illuminati, basically like the order, and like there's like a black section, a white section, and like all these different sections. I think he was like higher up on the black part of that. So
Yeah, I've heard that.
I think
too,
that might
but
be the.
I don't know about. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Like something for every big group. So
Yeah.
like entertainment. He was like the entertainment. Hub.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the-
exactly,
And,
something
the-
like that.
They
Like
said
a
that-
politician group, but there's someone who leads that.
Like
and
the
there's-
road through music basically led through Diddy.
Yeah.
You know, like that's.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah. So that's what, like, you know, they had to flush someone down the toilet. And I think that Diddy's the one that
Dilly
did it.
got flushed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dilly, dude.
You remember that? There's an old South Park episode where Satan's throwing a party,
Yeah.
but he keeps getting like pissed off because he
Sweet
finds.
16 party.
Yeah, he keeps finding out that Diddy already did it.
Yeah,
like he's
Diddy
trying to
did
do
it.
he's trying to do
Yo,
things for
did
his
he do it?
parties. Yeah, think about how everyone knew about this. Like South Park wrote an episode because they knew like how terrible. Like they knew either they'd been there or they know the rumors. Like Satan can't out party Diddy. Ha ha ha. Like
That's wild.
that's wild.
That's such a funny episode. When you say Biggie's name in the mirror 3 times. and-
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Y'all better take me to this damn party.
No one better come dressed as the Crow. It's super lame and outdated.
When
He
he
comes
gets-
dressed as the Crow, like it's to wear his costume.
The devil gets like a Toyota Corolla cake or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to be like a Lamborghini cake, and it turns out being like a lame. Yeah. I don't need.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's like, let's see what that's my prediction for the Diddy trial. Let's see though. It's gonna be ongoing.
That's pretty wild that now we know that there was a non-disclosure agreement for the guy who went and was like, I was Diddy's sex slave, and Diddy actually
Yeah.
paid him $5 million. Like, I think that's kind of that's a lot of money. I just can't let that. I can't let that go in
That's
my
crazy.
head. Like, but in other news, you guys like meat? Do you enjoy a
Yeesh.
nice steak?
Diddy did.
Diddy
There
did
you
it.
go.
Diddy did it.
Diddy did.
Yeah, I love meat, RJ.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
like 3D?
Are you a meat lover?
Yeah. Could I get the Meat Lovers Deluxe 3D printed, please?
You can now, actually, because lab-grown meat is actually becoming more popular, in the year 2025. So lab-grown meat is now approved in 10 countries across the world, like including the United States.
Gross.
Right.
No.
You're listening to this, right? Lab-grown meat. It's. What is it really? Is it really meat? What is it?
Well, basically, yes and no. So, they synthesize it
don't
with
like that.
bovine fetal juices in a lab. I think they're making it more efficient to where they don't have to use as much bovine fetal something to grow their meat.
This sounds.
Yeah, well, what it is,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be sustainable.
They're
Like
cloning
Why don't you just clone cows though? Like
Yeah.
clone a whole cow. You can clone animals.
Just cloning a fucking
Just clone a
chicken
bunch
breast.
of actual cows.
An already sliced chicken breast raw.
I would. Yeah.
Just ready to
Oh.
package and send out.
yeah, we got all this
No skin, no nothing.
I think it's crazy that they were just 3D printing food now, like trying to create artificial meat. Like, how do we know that those molecules are secure? Like, people are afraid that they're going to get cancer from these sorts of types of things.
Shit, we get cancer from Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could you
why are we?
imagine typing in what you want for dinner into your computer and
Back to the Future shit where they
Yeah.
close the
Spits
thing and bing, you open it, it's
Yeah.
just a fresh meal.
Yeah, it's like
and actually, that's also part of their plan here. Honestly, I think with this lab-grown meat stuff is they're cutting labor costs and emissions, so it's like it's good for the environment and you're saving money and labor. Like you
Eat
got
sludge.
yeah.
I don't
Eat
want to
sludge.
eat sludge.
Crickets. They're putting crickets in shit, and they're calling it something else.
That's why we got to start fishing and hunting.
Yeah.
For real. I can
But-
fish. I just can't hunt. But I'm down to learn.
I can hit an animal with my car, but I
Yeah,
can't fly.
we could turn around and get that raccoon. You hit a raccoon earlier.
Vicious.
It was a vicious
Yeah,
raccoon.
how dare you
I know,
not eat
it was
that?
coming.
Yeah.
Karma.
Make
A
jerky
raccoon
out of it.
attacked his car.
Yeah. It was.
Did you say an Iraqi?
An Iraqi.
Oh.
No, I did not.
Did it have a bomb on its little raccoon vest?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it blew up.
Yeah. He yelled Allah Akbar and
That's
just jumped
why.
out of it.
There's a raccoon holding a clock for some reason.
I was like, how did we were going like 30 miles an hour? That thing blew like a house up. What happened?
But lab-grown
sense.
meat is it was a $9.31 billion market in 2024. So like, and it's projected by 2030 to be a $25 billion market. So they project it to grow more than double
Gross.
than what it is now by 2030.
That is gross.
So, lab-grown meat. How much of it do you eat?
You don't know nowadays, actually, you know?
Isn't it banned in Florida?
No, that's right. Yep.
Okay.
Governor DeSantis banned it.
Yeah.
And the
you.
ban took effect July 1st, 2024. Florida banned the manufacture, sale, and distribution of lab-grown meat.
Yeah, another reason why Florida's not crazy.
Mm-hmm. Save our colons and all of our other intestines. By not eating goop.
You don't want the goo?
You don't want the goop.
No.
The goo man, the South Park goo man.
Oh. What?
Remember?
Incredible shitty
Yeah.
shitty chicken.
And comes to the school cafeteria and he's like, how would you like to replace all of your meat with goo?
See, I'm a goo man.
And possible goo.
Don't really remember.
No, I don't remember.
I do remember the goo.
Carmen has a heart attack.
I remember
Yeah.
Rob Reiner, someone turning into goo or losing their goo. Like, my goo.
I think that's a different one, but
Yeah.
yeah, the goo man is about the fake meat though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, they're definitely trying to use that shit to get us more dependent on like corporations and shit for our
government and everything.
and the FDA approves it though, right? Like
Yeah. Oh, the FDA doesn't give a shit. Like, that's like all the red dyes, all the dyes and shit. Like, West Virginia finally just banned that. Like, Europe doesn't allow a lot of the same shit. Like, why do we allow this shit in our food? You know, it's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, it's crazy.
because you can produce it faster and sell it. Yeah, To the-
Addictive.
exactly.
It kills you. That's what they like.
Sell it for cheaper. You can
Yeah.
freaking mass produce it. You don't have to take care of like stock. You know,
Yeah.
like livestock and stuff.
You know that red dye is just crushed up like red bugs. It really is. That's what they make. All red, like Swedish fish. Any red dye.
It's just
that you-
blood. It's just bug.
It's just bug goo that they've crushed up.
disgusting.
And yeah, they call it. Yeah, it's been linked to cancer. Yeah.
That's great. That's like Timon and Pumbaa when they're eating bugs.
Oh yeah.
Liking.
Yeah, we are.
Well,
too.
so I was thinking about it like the other day about the theory of like how they've made it okay to change the way that we think. Like they've increased the plasticity of our minds by humanizing animals in the way that they've given us animations like the Lion King and all of that to be able to like make us more controllable and believe in things that are more outrageous. So like the correlation between like Lion King and like looking at the lion being this and
I don't
doing all
wanna
these
shoot
weird
Bambi.
things and no, I mean like it's just like
Like that.
they start using the media to control your minds like later on, like with like other Disney shit later.
What about
like they
cat-
slowly try to introduce you something that is like outlandish. You start to believe in it, and now you're a little more malleable.
now you're obsessed with cat girls.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I-
But anyways, the bugs
subliminal
and all of that.
messages, No, yeah, subliminal
bugs.
messages and a lot of Disney stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you ever heard the Epstein Island one?
Oh, Peter Pan.
No, it's
Or-
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Where they're talking. They speak of an island and where little kids go and disappear, and one of the characters goes, "What do they do to the kids on the island?" And like one of the adults whispers into the other adults' ear, and they're like, "Oh." You know,
but that's like direct. Like
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
today it's like the entire idea and narrative and thought process of that reality that they're presenting is like there's just bits of it that are just brainwash, and you don't even realize it. That's how you know it's good.
Isn't Medea the Greek goddess for illusion? That's where media comes from.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know
It's pretty wild.
Medea.
Medea is it, or something like that. Yeah.
Sounds hot.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
But it's an illusion. It's really not. She just tricks you
Medea.
to think she's hot.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Gotta get beer goggles. Got me again.
Yeah.
All right, so what is this dark oxygen stuff that we've been hearing about?
Dark oxygen is oxygen that doesn't need light to be made, like traditional photosynthesized oxygen from plants. So it basically comes from a very, very crazy process called electrolysis.
Electrolysis.
Electrolysis. Of course.
By polymetallic nodules at the bottom of the ocean. So basically a bunch of different metals
I feel like I'm listening to myself.
go through a process that creates an electric current that splits molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. It's a hard thing to explain.
Okay.
Oh.
So basically, recently in 2024, scientists discovered this phenomenon called dark oxygen, where they went down to the bottom of the ocean, and we've always wondered, what is life like? How does life maintain itself on the bottom of the ocean? Like how does it support itself with no oxygen? So these scientists went down there in 2024 and discovered that there were polymetallic nodules, like metal-rich rocks acting as geobatteries. So that it basically, what they were doing was splitting the seawater into oxygen and hydrogen via electrolysis. So they was basically creating oxygen for the environment by using electrolysis
Electric
to
currents.
split the oxygen and the hydrogen.
Basically created from like minerals on the ocean floor, right?
Yeah, and
the
the
rocks are
electricity.
made up of different metals that created an electric current that creates an electric current that splits the molecules,
Which provides oxygen for the sea life down there, which explains how they can exist, right? Like,
yeah. I think that was part of the theories that they were coming up with, but it's so new, it's crazy though.
Oh wow.
Literally a natural battery.
Yeah.
A natural battery at the bottom of the ocean.
Like the implications of that are just insane, because if you think about it, with the idea that you can take and use some sort of natural battery in an underwater situation to turn the hydrogen, the water, the H2O into oxygen that's usable to breathe and stuff like that, like that's used for ocean exploration,
Space exploration.
potential space
But
exploration.
It's two different molecules too though. Like two elements come out of that. You get hydrogen on the other side for power and stuff. Hydrogen fuel is already a concept, you know.
Yeah.
So if you could get oxygen and hydrogen, you're basically taking over two fields, like with something that's basically endless here.
Yeah, they've definitely been trying to push towards like hydrogen fuel as like a source of like as your source of fuel, basically, to get rid of like fossil fuels and stuff like that. So that's kind of like an interesting. It's interesting that dark oxygen and the electrolysis of it all is kind of coming up like this.
One of the craziest parts was that same process. They're having theories that it can take oxygen away from anything that is oxidized, like carbon dioxide and
Wow, that's
anything that has it as a particle. That process could break those apart to get oxygen by itself, and then potentially give us oxygen on different planets or like places deep in the ocean or deep in
the implications are insane. You know, if we want
Yeah.
to
Or
terraform
something.
Mars, that's how
Exactly.
You do it.
Mars is really rich in CO2, so being able to take those electrolyzers, what are they called?
The PEMs, the proton. What was it?
What is it?
Proton membrane or something like that.
It's all fucking crazy and insane. So
It is wild.
It was one hell of a rabbit hole researching it.
I just look at Taldi. He doesn't even know what to say.
Molten metal oxides too. So just
Yeah.
magma,
So like it doesn't limit itself to the possibility of using it for just
water.
just
like,
water and stuff like that. You can use it on iron oxide, like molten iron oxide. So like you can go out travel into space and grab some iron oxide from wherever, use that for space fuel, maybe get some oxygen from it, just continue on your merry way.
and ice, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, so this development happened in 2024, and what also happened in 2024 was NASA. They sent out a satellite or something to investigate a moon on
Jupiter.
Europa,
Yeah.
which is like really heavy and rich in ice and water and all of that. So
And they said there's a lot of evidence that supports an ocean beneath the ice that covers it.
mm-hmm.
So they think that it could support life. But
Really, that's a lot of water, though. If you need to make air, there's the water.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But what was also interesting is they said that there could be like potential life down there because of that exact hydrolysis
yeah.
reaction, because it's since the moon is so close to Jupiter, and there's some sort of wave that comes out and creates an energy pattern through the water and supports the idea that there could be life through the production of oxygen and hydrolysis under the ice sheet of Europa.
Of course, there's aquatic aliens in Europa. For sure.
Yeah.
Aquatic, underground aliens.
Water
that-
world.
Yeah, water world. Oh,
Yeah. I know.
That's just crazy.
And
It's also interesting that they launched that satellite in 2024 when we made that
discovery.
discovery
there were
underwater.
talks of them trying to possibly use it for deep sea exploration and deep sea habitats, which is crazy. So maybe little like the International Space Station, but you have the like International Sea Station.
Sea Lab 2021.
Yeah, right.
Dude, we're gonna
Fucking
conquer.
Atlantis and shit. What if it was just happening down there?
Seeing there's already an Atlantis.
Oh, no.
It now opens
makes
up
sense.
the technology to have one.
Finding
when
Nemo,
they say
that
everything gets
explains.
repeated.
And not only that, like think about it. If you can process iron oxide and go into the Earth's core or like the mantle, and like it's comprised of things that you can take fuel and oxygen from, we could basically just explore the Earth's core potentially.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more variables.
Yeah, but
just
you'd
than
have to
just the
withstand the
oxygen,
heat and everything.
pressure.
Boring. Let's go to
Dude,
space.
I mean,
But that checks off one of the big things on going deeper.
And it's making people question the actual origins of life. Because now the idea that plants had to be here for life to come
yeah.
is debunked, because now oxygen you just found out that oxygen can be made at the bottom of the ocean. So
Because the original theory for the creation of life is that algae formed on the top of the ocean, and through photosynthesis, like life became more complex
yeah,
in a way.
when really oxygen was being made the whole time.
Yeah, like right at the bottom of the ocean. Like you
you
didn't
don't need
necessarily
light to
need
produce it,
photosynthesis or the sun or any light or like that to be able to support life at the bottom of the ocean.
Dude, whoa. Is that like, I wonder if that's maybe not exactly, but you think about it, photosynthesis kind of breaks apart carbon dioxide and spits out oxygen. And
Yeah.
water's needed for that process. I don't know.
That's really interesting.
It's pretty wild.
But yeah, dark oxygen. Big advancements.
Yep. So I guess we need some rare earth minerals to make that.
I definitely it scares me because the New World Order, the World Economic Forum, they're definitely definitely vying towards this technology, and they're going to use it to try to, when they switch us over from fossil fuels to hydrogen fuel or whatever they're going to try to do. I believe this is going to be part of their
Oh, for sure.
crucial.
Someone's gonna own it.
70% of the world, is the ocean. So you start putting tariffs on your water everywhere because it's your energy source.
That'd be fucking crazy.
It's scary, but like they're working on it right now.
Yeah, and guess when it's projected to be
By in the 2030.
2030.
It's the 30s in
That's
general.
Yeah.
The satellite that they sent to Europa is supposed to arrive at Europa in 2030.
Yeah.
Isn't that
It all just
crazy?
keeps falling together.
2030 is gonna be a shit show.
The Great
gonna-
Reset.
Yeah,
It's there. It does research for 4 years. So by the mid 30s, we're probably going to have some crazy new, just freaking, what am I trying to think? Discoveries.
Oh, nothing. You'll be happy.
Science is wild, man.
I'm looking at you.
Science is really crazy.
What do you think, Kevin?
What do I think about what?
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what are your thoughts on
Oh,
dark oxygen?
Dark Eye. It's going to terraform Mars. That's clearly that's.
That's all you're thinking about?
yeah.
You're not.
Think about terraforming planets and shit.
Martian girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's-
dude, the process, because if it could work for oxygen and hydrogen, what else can it work for? You know what I mean? Can it split apart any molecule? Could
that-
you end up getting hydrogen from anything that has hydrogen in it, or could you end up getting gold, or not? Maybe not gold, but yeah, I don't know.
Didn't we look at, technically you say it could terraform the moon?
Yeah,
dude.
That'd be wild, right? You look up at the moon and you just see fucking like
Doesn't
shit.
when you say like we can split any molecule and all that, and like maybe it also could create the ability to combine them perfectly, and then you
create new.
can
things.
recreate things, and you basically have the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
Like
At
like
low cost.
that's crazy.
That's
It-
what the
dude.
Philosopher's Stone is.
literally
Yeah.
like a force unknown. Like we're literally trying to mimic something that's a natural process. Like that's pretty wild.
It's whatever. I feel like we've been trying to stop the next energy, like the next usable energy source, because fossil fuel and electricity, we haven't invented a new like sustainable energy source in a long time. But if we did, that would wipe corporations off the planet.
Money behind it.
Like that's the thing. If they have this new energy source, it's just we made it from fucking water, then the fucking ExxonMobil and all these every power plant,
Cars.
every energy source that you like. Now all of a sudden we need new engines to run this source. It's not something that's going to take over immediately.
No, but it is crazy though that it was discovered in 2024, and there's already companies listed on stock markets that you can buy working on that technology. And yeah, right.
Shut the fuck up.
And there was the NASA project launched the same year. Like I feel like that's
It's
going to be
very
a big thing in the
Yeah.
next decade or two. Very big,
That's what she said.
it's going to be huge.
right?
The best.
Boats that could just recycle water off of a battery that has that process. It intakes water from the bottom, fucking somehow uses the hydrogen as fuel, spits out water back
How
into the
powerful
ocean.
is the fuel? How can we launch into space quicker? I mean, that's one of the things that Musk did with SpaceX is they figured out a way how to decrease the amount of fuel it takes to break the atmosphere. That's one of the big breakthroughs that SpaceX did.
Damn.
It used to take a lot more fuel for us to get up through the atmosphere. It's also why we launch rockets from Florida, because closer to the equator, the thinner the atmosphere is. But imagine if we have this sort of hydrogen fuel and it's much more powerful. And,
I just think the idea that they want to, the World Economic Forum, the New World Order, they want to switch us from fossil fuels to a hydrogen fuel system. We've already fought and killed so much for fossil fuels. That's crazy. And if they plan on instituting making this more mainstream and something that's more attainable by the year 2030. And I just think that that's crazy as well.
Very quick.
Well, I mean, imagine what AI is going to be able to do in 10 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's scary
I'll
as
be
hell.
doing to it.
Yeah, what it'll be doing to me after I tell it to.
You know those, you know those Trump tariffs that he was like putting on China and Canada and Mexico and all that. Like some see it as a plot to like fight the global hydrogen supply chain and like kind of cut off these people's abilities to get to these rare earth minerals and stuff like that, so that basically America can keep energy sovereign.
And that is a thing. Like, there's a lot of, they talk about that in politics all the time, where it's, the rare earth minerals deal. Like, Trump was trying to get one from Ukraine, and then, like, Russia offered one, and, like there's that whole thing. But then he was talking about it from China, too, how they were like, oh, we're not going to give you any of our rare earth minerals. The fuck? Like, and then, like, they're like, we need those rare earth minerals for AI. Like, and I'm thinking, like, copper, like something that would conduct electricity, like normal shits, like normal fucking
Really?
thing. But
Microchips
what do they
and
mean
shit.
by rare earth minerals?
Polymetallics.
Yeah.
What were they? It was cobalt. I forgot the other ones. There's 3 of them that it mentioned earlier.
Yeah, most of the world's cobalt is mined by children.
They're trying to create
Nice.
Little factoid.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Get into the creases.
Really, there were rocks down low that could.
No,
do it the
really,
whole
look
time.
at cobalt mines. They're all like like poor, slave mined in like crappy countries.
That's crazy.
Very sad. Yes.
All right.
It makes you wonder what's down at the depths of the ocean now that you realize how much oxygen is actually down there.
Kids.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there is like a megalodon or something.
Fucking journey to the center of the earth, dude.
That's true. Like maybe there are like little like
Pockets.
biomes within the Earth's like crust, like that we
Oxygen
aren't.
started getting made there, and then plants started, and then you get a fucking T-Rex out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's a whole giant.
A T-Rex mermaid, dude.
And maybe the world just gets like all these like blemishes, volcanoes, and that's like where all the CO2 and all the carbon and all the
Trying to exit.
There's also a whole
I don't know.
a whole category of UFO sightings called USO sightings under unidentified submerged object.
Oh.
So like there's all kinds of reports, and I think even one of the Tic Tac videos is one of them where they it's a
not.
famous UFO video.
Oh.
But where of objects just like shooting down into the ocean and coming out, and just.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stealing our battery rocks.
No, they tracked one of these USOs. Like that was one of the ones that they released in 2013. They tracked one of these objects going underwater at like a basically fucking impossible speed.
Yeah, dude, it was going through water faster than we can basically go through air.
Oh,
Yeah, like
what?
it was. Yeah, maybe not that. But it was.
It was
fucking crazy.
or like comparable.
In air, we were inept to it. We like.
Wait, was it traveling down or was it traveling like?
It was it was underwater, like traveling
How did-
sideways, and then it flew up out of
Yeah,
the
it
water.
just
How
pops
did
up
it
and
not
down.
bring like a crazy wake with it?
Who knows? Who knows? But like, there's been UFO sightings. Like I've been reading about for decades of people saying they were like watching the ocean and they'd see things like fly out.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Who knows what the fuck's down there?
Dude, energy rocks, battery rocks.
A pilot. They're fucking.
Those are the little tesseracts.
And like
Transformers are after him.
so, another like
It was the Allspark.
Allspark.
another interesting development in the world of technology that like a lot of people, at least that I talk to, are unaware of, is the quantum internet. Like, do you guys
No, I barely.
have you
know
guys
the-
heard anything about the quantum internet before today? Like,
No, I hadn't.
The
That
dark
was
internet?
brand new.
no.
What do you buy on the quantum internet?
So
yeah, there.
Yeah. Complex math problems.
Oh shit. Yeah, not interested. Yeah, okay, there we go.
But no,
So-
yeah.
So quantum internet, you guys know about quantum computing and all that. So like basically it reduces processing overload by pulling from different multiverses to reduce the
By using quantum mechanic theories, and quantum like literally diving into the entire science that is quantum mechanics, which is crazy because that's literally, I don't like the way they found that was just by being like theoretical physicists and just thinking that it was there and diving into it and found out theories.
What do you know?
Like
I guess
gravity
that's
and everything.
what Google basically explained on one of its chips. It's like, it works with other Willow chips in an unknown amount of universes. Like, what the fuck, really?
But what's so interesting about the quantum internet is they've been using the ability of quantum computing to transport information by teleporting it in quantum states. So like instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like way faster.
What's like what? So
they said within seconds is what I was saying.
so it's information. What kind? Like
any information that
any
you
information is there? I wonder.
think of like even just the basic like emails or like a.
I wonder what the load up is.
I mean,
I said seconds. It said.
Can you send Debbie Does Dallas? Like, can you send that whole video?
I mean, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
Debbie Does Dallas is a famous porno from the 70s.
Duh.
Yeah, where Debbie Does Dallas. And
It's signed on the wall.
it's totally boring by today's standards. Totally, it's almost a Disney movie.
I definitely won't.
Yeah. You will be bored to tears. You will not get hard.
Bored.
But yeah, in the 70s it was hot. I think. I don't know. But yeah,
I think.
what were we talking about?
We were talking about
quantum computing.
the quantum internet.
Quantum.
So
And
can you
something
like how many gigs of porn can you send?
I don't know how much
instantly?
yet, but
That's a real
Yeah.
question here.
You know, they were saying by the 2030s that they're going to have a better idea of how much this technology is going to be prevalent. Their idea is that it's going to be pretty useful by the year 2030. So
Again.
Yeah, this sounds like the precursor to like teleportation. I mean, it can instantly transport data.
what's so actually interesting about it all is that it creates unhackable communication. So when you send information through the quantum internet to another quantum whatever receiver computer, if somebody tries to hack into that reception, it changes the quantum state of that information being traveled. So you'll be notified. There's no way to hack into this without the other person knowing.
it's not a part of a cloud. It's a part of
A wavelength.
pretty like
You'll feel it in your balls, or
It's
something.
like it's like a blockchain encryption.
China.
whoa, my firewall.
It's my ex.
That firewall's burning my nuts.
You're a prince, but low on funds.
Yeah. Good. No one's gonna be able to
Yeah, that
hack
is-
into my communications and steal my dick pics.
Yeah, that is crazy though, because what like quantum mechanics is all based off of just numbers and like science. And, like I'm pretty sure it said information is sent between 1 and 0 when I was looking it up. So it's all just a bunch of like crazy number code and math sequences that take you through space and time, quantum realm. That is some of the smartest shit.
I just like it's kind of crazy when you think about it. If they're going to be operating on quantum internet, so like today's, from what I understand, we basically, our intelligence agencies spy on everybody, and everybody spies on us, and we can basically hear their communications and all that, and like it's just kind of like a free for all, or at least like if it is, it's encrypted and you know. So information is a little bit more accessible. Things are a little bit more easily to be tapped into, so you can hear what other countries are saying. With quantum computing, you can. It makes it almost it makes it impossible to hack into their communication system without them knowing. So I mean,
what you're saying?
what is that going to do to global politics?
And it might give some sort of privacy back. It might be fucking nice if you can have your quantum internet phone that no one can, you know that you can't be fucking listened to on.
I don't know. I think now that they said at presidents of you're just not going to have privacy, it sounds weird that they're going to go back. I've tried to make it stay. It's not staying.
Oh.
I've tried. I panicked for like
The
5
word is
minutes.
precedent, not
What did I-
president.
President?
Precedent.
Barack Obama. It said of Barack Obama.
But yeah, dude. So like, China leads the quantum internet like boom right now. They were able to send a quantum message about 65 miles in February of 2025, and yeah, they're leading the field, and then it's us and other countries.
Yeah, but I thought quantum computing was still like theory.
No,
not anymore. Apparently, Google says it's not. I mean, yeah, that
just sounds
scary shit.
It just sounds, how are you gonna prove that different than sending a fucking email on your normal computer?
What kind of fucked up shit's gonna, like, is it gonna pull quantum information from other internets and other realities?
Oh yeah, like realistically, how are you controlling, quote unquote, that?
Yeah, do you really know what you're fucking with?
Well, no, see, they've actually been calling a lot of AI ethics summits, like in the UN and all of that, to try to get a hold of the ethics of AI.
Well, that's like all those apps and shit got shut down recently.
Oh yeah, they were like pornography,
All
AI.
undressed fucking.
Oh yeah, Trump signed an executive order to get rid of. I think it was you're not allowed to do pornography in anyone's likeness.
Yeah, like undress me apps and shit.
So
like
so
that.
like if you try to make like a
Don't smile.
Don't
dude.
laugh.
Yeah.
like if you were like
Like if you tried to,
if you were thinking about going on the internet and googling Emma Watson, yeah, you could be sued for that. So like, don't make AI generated images.
I don't think they just don't want you to like take a fucking yearbook of some child.
No,
upload it,
anyone.
yeah.
Actually, it was funny. They did it to Trump. Like they made a weird AI video of Trump licking Elon Musk's feet.
Nice.
Like a really weird
Never finished
fucking.
to that before.
And after he signed the executive order, no, he did it in front of, like, he was addressing Congress. It's like, I just signed an executive order to make AI pornography resembling like people, illegal. And he's like, and I think I'll use that one for myself, huh? And he's looking at it, and he's joking, but they're like, oh, he's abusing his power. But, like, nah, he's just like, nah, fuck you. You made one of me, you piece of shit. I made that illegal. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. It was,
Back to the quantum computing thing, though. It was saying that it harnesses strange properties of quantum mechanics, such as superpositioning and entanglement, but the superpositioning allows it to do multiple calculations simultaneously. So it's like flipping a bunch of coins at once to get a answer. So the multiverse thing. So Willow is quantum computing.
Dude, the word superposition is like shit I hear in like astrology.
Yeah,
like
really,
it's not.
right?
But apparently, all right. Yeah.
An entanglement. So supercomputers run on bits, and quantum computing runs with qubits. An entanglement lets the qubits interconnect through entanglement, where the state of one qubit instantly affects the state of another, no matter how far apart they are. So that's all of these different qubits throughout the quantum computing field are all connected when it comes to getting information. So as soon as one finds a piece of the information or learns it, all of the others instantly know it.
And that's actually what's so interesting about the quantum internet. Is it's gonna make all of these systems react instantly to information. All systems all at once are all gonna get all the information.
It's crazy.
So like that's gonna make real things super efficient, whatever it's gonna be.
Then you think about quantum
slavery is super efficient.
Yeah, quantum computing mixed with AI, and then like 3D printing. That's when you really get like teleporting machines and stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that whole sending data.
Right.
It sounds like Star Trek. It sounds like Beam Me Up, Scotty, because you're basically data. Wait till they can break you down and like load you into something and just.
Shut up.
Nuts, dude.
I'm not just data.
No, you're.
Yeah, I'm not some piece of data.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not just a piece of data.
I'm not just a qubit.
More than that.
You're all just
You're all
data
just
to
ones
me.
and zeros to
Carbons
me.
and data will
You
split you up and put you back together, baby.
filthy little math problems.
See if we can get those molecules back in the right place.
Finna electrosize your ass.
Oh.
Yeah. Right? Dark oxygen
You just
God.
with
teleport.
3 X's.
I'm gonna
Mess
use you
up
to
your code.
terraform this planet.
What if you just like the first instance of teleportation? They try to like when they reboot up your code when you're going into your finalization, they make a fuck up and you just like come out black or like have no feet just because they fucked up your code when they're re-inputting
Like
it.
a bud on your face.
Yeah, you just like teleport somewhere and they put a 0 instead of 1. Now you're black, or now you got no hands.
God makes no mistakes.
Well, when you start writing God's code, that's
science
when
does
happens.
Yeah, that's that's old Star Trek transporter shit. Like there was a transporter madness disease they talk about that they eliminated. Like it didn't work right at first.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? You just show up and your arm's missing. Like you're bleeding out because obviously like
It's missing.
In Spaceballs, they did that. They did that bit. They transported one of them, and he comes out backwards where his ass is.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you tell me my ass was this fat? And like, you go back in. Yeah.
Spaceballs is funny.
Good movie.
Seth Green. Right?
No.
No, which one is
It was,
that? Seth Green is Darth Vader and keeps making a helmet joke.
No, that's not Seth Green. It's the guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the movie was a same guy who did Blazing Saddles. My head's not working right now. I know this.
I know this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's directed by Mel Brooks.
Mel
It's
Brooks
not-
movie. Yeah.
It's got
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Okay,
Yep,
that's
it.
what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And Mel Brooks is the president.
He's Yoda.
Yeah. Huh?
He's yogurt.
Oh, he's yogurt. Okay.
And you know what? He might be the president
Oh,
as
look,
well.
it says it right there. I can't see.
Yeah.
He's president. Screwband yogurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the scene where he's taking the hits of fucking oxygen.
It's a
Yeah.
funny movie.
Yeah,
It's an old movie too.
The Spaceballs flamethrower. Like yogurt's like he's merchandising. Like, what are you doing down here? And he's like, I'm doing this and I'm merchandising. Like he's on an abandoned planet with no one to sell anything to. And fucking all this Spaceballs merchandise.
It's so crazy too how like space exploration's always been a big thing, obviously in like movies and stuff. Like as far back as you could see it, you know? And now we're actually about to be able to make strides in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the world's gonna end because the first people we shot into space besides astronauts were like celebrities.
Yeah,
Oh.
literally.
No.
I don't think that's gonna be why the Earth ends though.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't
No,
have that
we're gonna win.
much
We're gonna
faith in
use
humanity.
AI for good.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay energy independent, and we're gonna terraform Mars, and it's just gonna be a second home for us Earthlings,
gonna be
and
America,
everything's gonna be
too.
noble.
It's be the 52nd state.
Dude, I think
Mars, all of Mars.
have you guys ever heard of the intelligent civilization scale? I don't know if that's like the proper name for it, but it's like a theoretical
Gen
physics
3
thing.
taking
Yes, I
solar
have,
system
actually.
power
So
and
like
some shit.
level 0, level 0, you rely on your planet for energy. So like we're level 0 right now, but then level 1, or no. I think it's level 1 is then you can get energy from your closest star, or now that we might know you can get energy in different ways, your closest planet.
Yeah. We turn into like we're gonna upgrade as a society.
One is like
Planetary, stellar, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, planetary, stellar, and galactic.
Dude, we if we end up doing this electrolysis thing, we could skip straight to type 3 potentially.
So type 1's planetary. So we need our planet
the
for
core
power.
itself.
Type 2 is stellar. So we tap into the energy output of the entire star and all of that, whatever's around us. And then galactic, able to harness the energy of the galaxy.
I've seen pictures of like the quote unquote ways they would build around the star to harness it. It's cool as shit.
Dude,
That's fucking crazy.
I'm telling you, type 3. We could skip to type 3 if we could end up real or like figuring out this electrolysis process in detail and like potentially split up any element into separate molecules.
I think that would
Dude,
just shoot
It's
it.
developing warp drive.
Yeah, literally.
Is that when the aliens come and contact you after you've developed
Yeah,
warp
yeah.
drive?
getting into their network and shit.
That's Star Trek. That they don't contact a civilization until they've developed the interplanetary warp drive. And then the Vulcans first came to Earth because they did it.
And then they do like the South Park thing where they come down and like
The
they offer them the
Vinewood
money,
Derby.
yeah, and they they build a bunch of water parks and shit. They come
Where's
down
all the money
That was a
at?
test. That was a test.
Finland.
failed.
Oh, Finland nuked itself. Oh no, not Finland. Yeah, it must have been suicide. Yeah, nuked themselves.
Oh man, dude, that's some insane stuff though.
Yeah, no, that was.
Like I said, like the Star Trek lore, Star Wars, all those big fan based like space
Absolutely,
stories. You know,
dude.
now
Like,
it's like coming to.
sometimes I think, man, I'd love to grow up in the 70s or be like an 80s person, but like this is such a time to be alive, you know, like
We're achieving what they fantasize.
yeah, like
Except we don't have fucking flying cars.
Well, we did. Our helicopters.
Hear me out. Now, especially keeping all this in mind, if I ever were to like, all right, join in the military, Space Force, dude. Oh, it's gonna expand so fast at this
I
rate.
just want to
Insane.
shoot people in space.
Imagine what some of the higher
your
ups in
space
that
gun?
field
Mhm.
are actually probably starting to like research and stuff. You know,
that would be
Electrolysis and
Buzz Lightyear soldiers. You know, like it's wild stuff, dude.
fighting alongside androids and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Greys were real, and they're pissed. All right, guys. All right, we've gotten through a lot today. We're gonna end this episode. Tony.
a lot to process.
Yeah, I know so much. You know?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, between Diddy, fucking lab-grown meat, dark oxygen, quantum internet.
Stuff so crazy that it's hard to articulate sometimes. It's a lot of stuff.
There's something new every fucking week. I mean, dark oxygen would never have been on my bingo card.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah, but we're here to expand your mind and make sure you understand.
it's true.
Yeah, don't let us split your molecules. Split you right down.
Right down into
the-
oxygen, baby.
So I can breathe you in. Breathe you out.
Tony, stop seducing me.
Sorry.
I'm hot.
Yeah, ooh.
Sex oxygen, right?
Oh, God. Jesus. Oof. All right, guys. You can follow us on X and Instagram at RK Ultraverse. Follow us on Rumble at RK Ultra. Please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We need it.
Or you can find us at www.rkultra.com.
That's right. All right, so follow us because we'll be following you straight to the bottom of the ocean to get to those rare earth minerals because that shit's going to be valuable.
Yeah, dude, I want those fucking electromagnets they got.
Water batteries.
Kind of Loch Ness Monster are we going to kind of...
When's the Diddy bot coming?
Diddy bot?
Diddy
Diddy
bot?
bot.
I mean,
Jay-Z just has his own little, instead of like a Amazon bot, he gets a Diddy bot.
I don't know. I think Kanye.
That kind of has a ring to it too. That sucks. Diddy bot.
Diddy bot.
You guys
Diddy
get
bot.
the new version of the Diddy bot?
Diddy bot. What's the weather like tonight?
Well,
Just thinking about wearing a coat.
Well, you ain't gonna know.
Take off your clothes. What?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Diddy bot. Why do you always answer like that?
Diddy bot, why am I high?
Why am I
All the
singing?
time.
Yeah.
Why is your little micro? Why is your
No, Diddy bot, stop.
Why is your USB out all the time?
Why is a little Justin Bieber here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get off that Bieber bot.
Oh man.